Hey everybody, welcome back to Patchogue Firearms Restoration. Got a real friggin' good one here today. So what I got here is an Old English 20 gauge, and I've managed to get the whole entire gun apart with one exception. I cannot get the top screw on the receiver out, and it is proving to be even dynamite proof. So as you can see, it goes in the top of the gun through the receiver, and then it connects and screws and threads into the trigger plate at the bottom of the gun. And to date, I've soaked it for 2 weeks in kerosene and transmission fluid and other penetrating fluids, and you can see I've destroyed 3 bits trying to get that screw out. So I'm going to try something a little unique and novel today, which is going to require more soaking. So what I'm going to try to do, where is my drill bit? I'm going to try to drill. I got to save the screw. I don't want to destroy the screw. So in order to save the screw, I think what I'm going to try to do is drill a very small hole. I have here a 3/32 bit, and I'm going to drill it right next to where the screw comes through the bottom of the trigger plate. And then I'm going to drill down as deep as I can, get the drill bit out, and then I'll have a cavity. I'm going to fill that cavity with penetrating fluid, and then I'm going to wait a couple days, and hopefully it'll wick out into the wood and maybe wick out into some of these threads a little better, and it'll be able to loosen up once I try to crack this screw again. So hang on, I'm going to readjust and get the drill press all set up, and then we're going to drill basically an oiling hole down next to the screw. Okay, so we're back at the drill press, and what I've done with the gun is I laid a piece of tape that's at the center line of the top of the screw and the center line of the bottom of the screw, and that'll give me a reference line to run parallel with this oiling hole. So once I get it in the drill press, you can see as I bring it down, the bit's running parallel to the tape. And I'm going to want to drill about a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch back on the gun. So I'm going to line it up at the center. See where I'm hitting here. And it looks pretty good. So one thing to note, I did check this out before I decided to do this project, is the trigger guard for this particular old gun. When I put it down on the firearm, I have about a 1/4 of an inch between that bolt and the edge of the trigger guard, so that even if I drill this out, once I'm done, if I get it out successfully and put the gun back together after refinishing it, that hole will stay hidden underneath this portion of the trigger guard right here. A little bit of a hassle getting through the steel plate. It's about an 1/8 of an inch thick. Once I get through the steel, I should be pretty good getting through the wood. That should go pretty quick due to its age. I'm just going to take my time here. Alright, we're in the wood now. Alright, we can see that hole that I put in right next to the bottom of the screw. I didn't want to get too close because I don't want to damage the threaded surfaces on the trigger plate. And I certainly don't want to damage the threaded surfaces on the friggin' bolt itself. Alright, so next thing up, we're going to put a little pimp juice down on that thing. The legendary pimp juice. 50% automatic transmission fluid and 50% kerosene. So I'm just going to use a little syringe and fill that hole up that we just made. Let it flow out. Put a little more on the top. And now we're going to let this just set up for another day. Might put a little, I'm going to have to put this in the vise. We're going to let this set up for another day. And I'm probably going to put a little more fluid on both the top and the bottom of the bolt. Hopefully to get some more penetration in there with the oils. And then we'll come back in a day or two with a new screwdriver bit that isn't broken and see what happens. Alright, this thing's been soaking for a couple days. I'm going to try an impact driver with a good size fitting bit. See if we can get this friggin' thing loose. Not going to hit it real hard. Just going to get it in there good and just go nice and easy. She still don't want to budge. Hold on, let's get the heat gun. Damn it, that's one dynamite screw. Gonna try a little bit bigger bit. It started to move a little bit. I think all the heat from the heat gun finally soaked in. There it is, we got it. $120 years of rust on that thing. There we go. Well, it's a little warm. See if we could pick this friggin' plate up here. That's going to be another battle. There we go. Quite the fight getting that bolt out. Well, now that we got the last remaining receiver bolt out and we got the receiver off, next up we're going to clean up this old piece of stock here, and we're going to freshen up the checkering and see what all the wood looks like underneath all this mung. Hopefully freshen this thing up a little bit, make it look at least presentable for at least a wall hanger. Not really sure what I'm going to do with what's left of this receiver. I might just grind it and smooth it, just make it look polished. Not really sure why it's so beat up like that. Think it has to do with just rust and just time. Just took its toll on this thing. So I'll probably end up taking a file and a Dremel to it, just making it nice and smooth. And then we'll after we get the stock finished, we'll start putting this old gal back together. That's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for joining me at Patchogue Firearms Restoration. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Come back again and join me if you have a passion for rebuilding old firearms. Have a great day. So just a quick footnote about this screw when it came out. That hole that I drilled next to it really didn't seem to do too much, because the center of the screw, when it came out, was still dry, and you could tell where it had been stuck to the stock. The only place that looked like the penetrating fluid had gotten in was down here at the bottom by the threads, and then underneath the head in the receiver itself. So I don't think the extra drill hole did too much, but it was worth a shot. That's all.